Hello everyone, my name is Sugaku, and today I'm going to be going over the best places to farm resources for the Rising Tide quest. So right off the bat, you need about 6 million credits to get through the entire quest, which is a hefty sum. However, some quick runs of the index won't be too bad. I would recommend doing the high level investment, high risk investment, and just hammering that out. You'll get 6 million credits pretty easy. If you like some interesting builds, I'll be making a video in the top right if it's done. I'll just kind of be some interesting builds for the index and other things to try out once it starts getting a little stale. You need to get your Empyrean based resources, and these previously you had to like mine on Cetus, you had to mine in Fortuna a little bit if I remember right. You had to go to like Europa and Mercury, a few others. But what I recommend doing is just in the top right here, click the railjack, join somebody's crew, and you get thousands of cubic diodes and all those things you need. Now we get on to kind of some of the common drop resources. You need a lot of them. You like 15,000 Rubio. I would recommend probably going to Sedna. Sedna drops Rubio. It's a fairly high level area. Plenty of people still farm Hydron, even though it's not a super efficient farm anymore. But you could probably find a group to do Hydron. If not, you just do it and people will join you with it. I would recommend doing your 500 detonite amples while you're doing your Rubio over in Sedna doing Hydron. That's a pretty good spot. You get plenty of people to join you. For plastids, personally I like to go to Saturn. I like going to Saturn. I do the survivals. I do this one right here. Piscinas. And for Cryotic, I recommend just doing any excavation anywhere on the map. However, I'd probably recommend doing one on Earth over anything else, because you can get in, you can do yeah, here it is. You can get in, you can do 10 real quick, just 10 excavators, and you can get out. The enemies won't get too high level yet, and you're perfectly fine. 20,000 nanospores. Nanospores drop on Iris, and so what I recommend doing is going to a COD, this defense. Defenses aren't as great as getting resources as survivals. However, there are a lot of people that do a COD, just kind of like a casual leveling thing for their weapons. And so I recommend going there. You'll have plenty of people to farm with, and Necros is always a good choice there. From what I can find, circuits for the most part only drop on series, which is kind of a little interesting, kind of odd. But here I'd recommend you can do Draco if you'd like to test your luck. Draco used to be a really big XP farm back in the day, and it looks like some people are still reminiscing about that. You got 4 people right now when I'm recording this doing Draco Survival, which I think is kind of weird. But I'd actually recommend Gabby. There's a few people here that like to farm Orkin cells, and they're just nice people overall. Usually they go about 5 minutes because they're trying to get Orkin cells, so they'll run through the entire map, they'll clear everything out, and there's a good chance that circuits will drop along with those Orkin cells. Alloy plates. I've done a ton of stuff on Jupiter to get my alloy plates, and I'm actually going to recommend getting your neural sensors while you're here. On IO, you can go through and you can open up all the containers, especially in the old map. The new map, I don't think people do it quite as much anymore, but I don't think anyone will necessarily discredit you for running around opening all the containers. You can go 5 or 10 ways. You'll get plenty of Meso relics doing this, at least. I recommend getting the salvage while you're over in Jupiter, getting your neural sensors and alloy plates. There was IO again. You can just open up all the containers. I don't think anyone's going to fault you. You'll get quite a few Meso relics while you're doing it too. When it comes to getting your 500 Feldron samples on Neptune, I recommend doing Kelshin. It's a derelict, so you get increased resource drops, plus 30 actually, which is pretty ridiculous. When the Feldron samples shouldn't be too bad. You can get a squad together, maybe like talk to your friends. So when it comes to getting your 20,000 ferrite, you can go to Mercury or you can go to Earth. Both of them have a good chance to drop ferrite, and not many of the outer planets drop ferrite, which is kind of weird, kind of interesting. I don't really know why that is, but I recommend going to Earth or Mercury. Probably do a survival or a defense and just murder thousands of enemies. To get your 4,500 polymer bundle, I recommend going to Uranus, and you can do a SIR, which you can get your 4,500 polymer bundle fairly easily. For a while, this was kind of just like a casual XP farm, kind of similar to on Iris, a COD, but even more casual than that. Now we get on to the hard stuff, and why I'm pretty sure you're here. We're going to start with Argon Crystals. Everyone knows you get Argon Crystals from the Void. I recommend doing Mott and take Octavia. Go solo, take Octavia, just put on a movie on your second monitor, and just spam your abilities. I probably about 40 minutes. If I remember, I got about 6 or so Argon Crystals, or you could play like a Loki or something. you can go into like a capture mission or another survival, and then just run through the map and try to get the Argon little resource caches to spawn, which isn't a bad strategy. I tried a little bit, I didn't really like it, but while you're there, you'll get plenty of control modules, especially on Mott during Octavia. For the 30 Organ cells, I recommend going to Cirrus again, and you can go to Gabby. This is where people like to farm their Organ cells. In about 5-minute survival, they'll run through the entire map, they'll clear everything out, and then they'll extract it 5 minutes, and I think it's like 6 or 8 Organ cells per run. I'm trying to remember, it's something decent like that. For the Morphics, you can either go to Pluto or you can go to Europa. I'd probably go to Pluto just because, but you are dealing with some high level Corpus here, and Corpus isn't necessarily my favorite faction to fight at high levels because I got plenty of nullifiers, but you get plenty of Morphics here, and you get your 50 Morphics needed for the Rising Tide quest. And the final resource, which definitely took me the longest to get, was 35 Neurodes. Now, Neurodes are kind of interesting. My first decision was like, you know, why don't I try Earth? Tried Earth, got like 1 Neurode in 5 waves. No way, no way. So then I looked at it like, okay, I could go to Eris, I can go to a COD, I can have some fun with people. It's like 1 or 2 per every 5 to 10 waves, which wasn't very much. So then I tried Direlect Survival. Again, it wasn't very much, it's probably like 3. It's still better. It's still better doing Direlect Survival as opposed to Eris, but it's probably like 3. But actually, what I found was best is doing Lua. You do the Survival, which is Tycho, and from there you just kill the sentients. I recommend bringing Volker, or if you like, you can bring a sniper rifle and just one-shot them. I like Volker because I can just smack my head against them until I die. But doing that is probably getting 6 to 8 or something ridiculous like that. Neurodes per run, which is pretty good. And that's the best way I found to get Neurodes. Well guys, I hope this video has helped you with your journey on the Rising Tide and unlocking your very own railjack. Please share any further optimizations and tips and advice for other people that you guys have in the comments down below. And if you guys need any more specifics on things, go ahead and ask a question. I'll try to respond, or I can make a video about doing any particular farm if you'd like. Make sure you have an awesome day, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Happy farming.